Some shows don't need a celebrity narrator to introduce the show, but this show does. 2 men, 8 kids, co-created by 2 different women, 13 multi-million-dollar businesses. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Thrive Time Show.
3, 2, 1, here we go!
Started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, and we'll show you how to get here. Started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, now we here.
Yes,
yeah.
yes, Thrive Nation, we are in the air everywhere, and I could not be more excited, Z, that you have allowed me to invite a man that you and I are endorsing to be elected as a city official. I mean, it's a big deal whenever you can have somebody who's sacrificing for their city.
Absolutely. And you know what? You work hard, you grow a business, and I want to tell everybody out there, the business owners, it matters. It matters who you support. It matters where your dollars go. It matters. And if you look at some of these cities that we have businesses that are boarded up, we have businesses that are looted and ransacked. Don't you ever think that your vote, your influence doesn't matter. And you may say, well, I don't want to get into politics because that might alienate some of my
customers.
My customers, you know, I don't
My
want to upset anybody. I'm telling you what. Okay, well then just board up and go home and forget about it. Because some of these big cities, that's all that's happening.
Just today in Seattle, their city council decided to defund their police. This is a real thing that's occurring in Seattle today.
Right.
And so city council...
The chief of police, she resigned.
She resigned.
Yeah, she resigned.
So what I wanted to do is I wanted to have a man who wants to be a city councilor serving our city. He wants to get reelected here. Cass, welcome onto the Thrive Time Show. How are you, sir?
Gentlemen. It's a great day. Thank you.
Can you share with us, because people are Googling you right now, they're discovering you, what is your first and last name, and what district do you represent?
Sure. I'm Tulsa City Councilor for the 5th District, which is the very heart, the very middle of Tulsa. I go by Cass Fahler.
Now, Cass, I have 3 quick questions for you.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to keep the tempo pretty fast because people are watching this on Facebook
We going lightning
Live.
round right off the bat?
Lightning round. Right off the bat, we're going to go lightning round. Here we go.
Okay, let's do it. Let's get it.
Are you in favor of mask mandates? And if not, why?
Nope, no, and no. Currently, I think as of today, we're sitting roughly at 1.6, 1.7% contagion rate, according to the Tulsa County numbers. To me, that's just government overreach. I think that us getting in, putting our fingers in your chili and telling you how to handle your medical issues is out of bounds.
Now, this just happened. Interesting. Today, I was teaming up with Dr. Jim Meehan.
Yes.
And we were, we got this fancy device. Let me grab, I'm going to grab it out of my bag while you talk about important things. Let me grab the device out of my bag. I think I have it out of my bag here.
Oh, yeah. And you're going to talk about some of the medical reasons for it. But I think that's important. But, you know, some people give the argument, well, you mandate us wearing a seatbelt.
Yeah.
You mandate other things that, you know, and
Okay, I've got it here.
Oh,
I've got it. I'm
okay.
sorry.
Wow.
I have to go to a video here. Andrew, if you can look over my shoulder, look at this video. What we did is we rounded up some Thrivers, some members of the Thrive Nation, and we said, could you put on the face mask? Because OSHA says if you have less than 19.5% oxygen in your lungs, it's bad for you. It causes physiological problems if your oxygen levels drop below 19.5%.
Right.
So we teamed up with Dr. Jim Meehan and other doctors and people. We got the actual device that measures the oxygen level. And look what happened here within 10 seconds.
I'm Alex from Sperlin
Here we go.
Associates, Chartered Professional Accountants. Our mayor's asked us to wear a mask. I just want to do a quick check to see how wearing a mask agrees with the workplace safety requirements to maintain oxygen levels of at least 19.5%. So I have a calibrated MSA gas meter right here, and the reading inside the office is at about 20.8.
Here we go.
So now I'm going to put a mask over the sensors that are right here.
Putting a mask
just
over
to
the
show
sensors.
that the mask does not create an alarm. So you have
Here we
the
go.
mask. We got this.
Now, because the seatbelt doesn't cause you to have physiological damages as a result of it being too tight or cutting off your ability to breathe. Here we go. It's cutting off. Okay. So you can see the oxygen level isn't changed by just the mask being over the sensor. Here we go.
Okay, now I'm going to bring
Riveting
the meter
footage.
and the mask close to my mouth again, and we're not.
He's putting the device over. He's putting the oxygen meter under the mask, and he's putting it up to his mouth. Here we go.
Gonna even get it, close, and we have the sensor facing out, and you should see that there will be an alarm indicating an unsafe oxygen level here.
There we go.
That was in 8 seconds. And this kept happening. We did one test that was 10 seconds, one was 8 seconds. So it actually causes, according to OSHA, it causes physiological damage to wear a mask. So there's no scientific, there's no medical, there's no constitutional basis for wearing a mask. So I will give you a mega point for that one. Second question for you. Are you in favor of defunding the police? This crazy idea that is spreading from coast to coast. Are you in favor of defunding the police?
Absolutely not. We need our law enforcement, and they need our support. As citizens of Tulsa, every person I've spoken to highly appreciates and backs the blue. We firmly believe that the Tulsa Police Department is doing an outstanding job, and that we want them to have even greater funding to expand on the greatness of what they're doing for our city.
Are you in favor of long-term lockdowns that have put so many small business owners and restaurants out of business? Are you in favor of extending long-term lockdowns?
Yeah, terrible decision. Again, there was a lot of ambiguity at the beginning. Now that we've got a lot of this information and we're attempting to come out of this economic despair, we have sold fear to such an extent that businesses are crying for the ability to get back in bloom. And we've got ourselves in a real pickle.
Now, Andrew, I'm going to show another clip here from the screen, if we can pull this up. You know, G.T. Bynum, Tulsa's mayor, he wrote an op-ed for the New York Times. Now, a little pop quiz for you. Is the New York Times conservative or liberal?
About as liberal as it gets.
And the article that he wrote is titled, I'm a red state mayor and I ordered my city to stay home. I guess that's a good thing.
I guess he's proud of that.
I guess he's proud of that. I mean, anyway, that's a deep thought. And he also, is big fan. He's a big fan of the Bloomberg plan, the mayor's
don't
challenge.
Get me started on that.
He's also, this is G.T. Bynum in the Tulsa World. By the way, this is great. He says he's going to listen to Obama. He says in Tulsa World, G.T. Bynum says, I'm listening to Obama. He says, I'm taking advice from Obama.
Oh, yeah.
I want to ask you, are you a big fan here, Cass, of listening to Obama? Are you a big fan of writing in the New York Times? Are you a big fan of the Bloomberg plan? Where do you stand on these sorts of far left interactions between G.T. Bynum and the far left establishment?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
Excellent question. It's no secret I'm definitely a conservative for the city of Tulsa.
Amen.
I believe in Tulsa values, Oklahoma values, and listening to our residents, listening to our leaders here in the city, the people with boots on the ground. And that is going to be a lot of the business operators, the business owners, those people who must thrive in order for our city to be able to provide better streets, provide fire trucks and fire apparatuses and great firefighters, for us to provide Tulsa police officers and have them with all of the material they need in order to be a success. We've got to have that. And so in my opinion, my humble opinion, gentlemen, I am all about let's stay with things right here in Tulsa. Let's look at Oklahoma values first.
Okay, Dr. Z, you can one-up me with better questions, but you've been involved in Tulsa. You've supported some big-time candidates throughout the years. You've always put your money where your mouth is. You support conservative values. Sir, what questions do you have for Mr. Cass?
Cass, now walk us through. Someone's listening to this podcast right now, and they're going, what's next? When do we vote? Who can vote for you? What's going on? I know you said the heart, the kind of center of Tulsa.
Yep.
So who are your constituents? And what's something you want to tell to them right now?
Sure. So we've got Tulsa City Council is made up of 9 districts. There are 9 parts of the city of Tulsa which are divided up, and each has got a counselor, a representative of the people which is out there doing the work. And so I'm in the 5th district, which, as we said, is right in the heart. If you were to look at a map of the city of Tulsa, we'd be right in the very center. August 25th is the election for 9 of us and the mayor. And so that we're just asking people to really consider the future of Tulsa, look at the candidates. We've got some great opportunities for some to be replaced. I am up for election. The last day of registration, I had 4 far-left liberals come out of the woodwork in an attempt to unseat me. We're giving it all we've got, but I'm pro-business, conservative values, representing my district, giving it all I got.
So you're a Republican.
Yes, sir.
But anybody can vote for you, right?
That is correct. It is a nonpartisan race. The leaders a few years back took out the ability for people to know if they're a Republican or a Democrat or an independent. So there's a list of names on the ballot. I happen to be one of 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what happens if you get 50% plus 1? It's over.
It's done.
And
it's done.
if not, then they take the top 2 to November. Is that what happens?
That is correct. Right. That is correct. And so then we'll go on to the general election, which is November.
The 3rd?
November the 3rd, right along there with Donald Trump. Of course, it'll be a separate ballot, but we'll be on that list, absolutely.
And what day was that again for the election for Tulsa?
August 25th, Tuesday, August 25th.
So on Tuesday, August 25th, people are going to have to decide if they want to show up or not.
Correct.
And if they don't show up, what kind of profound, non-conservative jackassery could Tulsa find itself involved in?
Absolutely. First thing that we're going to be looking at is defund the police. I promise you that people are going to get in there and attempt to amend the budget. The budget is our roadmap. It's our guide for how we spend the taxpayers' dollars. And so I know that they're going to be getting in there and attempting to remove funding from the police department so that they can push those monies toward other areas. The whole point is to take the ability of the police department and have them the justice which they are providing. They're wanting to strip that ability from the police department. That's going to be number one. Secondly, they're probably going to come up with something about some independent oversight. I'm now calling it activist oversight. There's been some meetings in the past where they've come together and tried to have a safe space to where they could really hash things out. The union is part of that because arbitration, etc. And people got all up in arms. Left, it wasn't safe enough space. So independent or activist oversight will be coming up.
Now, a city councilor, some people think, well, that's just a city councilor.
Yeah.
What does that
Yeah.
what does that mean? I mean, you guys are a vital role in the running of this city. Walk us through the role of the mayor, the role of a council person. And I mean, we're not a mayor strong city.
So excellent question. So it's a check and balance. And so we have got the mayor, which is the administrator or the executive of the city. And then you've got your council, which is the representative of the people, and it also manages the purse strings. So we're there managing where every dime and dollar is spent, sales tax collection, real estate, ad valorem, etc. And so that's where we really have to focus on. And with that in mind, of course, that's where we hear so much about defund the police or activist oversight. Currently, we're in the middle of the mural, which has been painted, or the graffiti that's been painted down on Greenwood. Those are things which are going to come before the council. And council is so important because these large national movements have determined, how can I change America? And the way that it's easiest is to go apply a ton of pressure to the municipal level. And if I can overwhelm them with hate and vim and venom, I can traditionally swing those people which may not be strong in their roots, and through that's how they're changing America.
Yeah. Is it a full-time job?
It is a part-time job, full-time labor of love.
Wow, they're very good. So do you have do you have a side gig?
Yes, I do. I'm a 21-year homelender. I've been helping people buy
Very
homes
cool.
for the past 21 years.
So if people want to get involved with you, time is of the essence. August 25th is when we're voting. What's the website? Where can they donate? Where can they learn more about you?
Excellent. CassForCouncil.com is the way to go.
And how do you spell Cass?
Cass for Council. CASS. Short for Cassidy.
And is it with a number 4?
FOR. CassForCouncil.com.
Cass, I appreciate you being here. I really do. I appreciate you standing up for our city, for our values. Dr. Z and I are proud to support you. Thank you for being on the show.
Honored, gentlemen. Thank you so much. Appreciate what you guys do.
Keep
Now,
up
Z,
the good work.
Without any further ado, we do have to end with a boom.
We do.
We got to
Always.
get that kind of energy
Do it.
going here. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, boom.
Boom.